Gilbert, let's just start it off. I mean, we were both there. It has to be said because even today, Adam Hill, Vic Tafer, and all those guys talked about the struggles. What did you make of the AOC versus Gardner Minshew? And take away their looks. One has great hair, the other one has a buzz cut. Take away that. But what did you see on the field? I saw a struggle between both of them. I didn't really feel like one or the other really set themselves apart.
Yeah, no, this is a good
By the
one.
way, Athir, we're going to start with Raiders and we're going to head to Chargers. So make sure
don't make the guy wait.
We appreciate it. Okay, so should we start with that?
He gave us no. We can start with the Raiders, but I'd say not too long. But the superstar, we appreciate it, Athir. But to answer the question,
especially because Athir, it goes with your question. We're talking Raiders, then we talk Chargers, and then we go into your question.
You get the full matchup breakdown at there.
Exactly.
You get your money worth here. We're talking week one in a bit.
Exactly.
But it is the only training camp or quarterback battle that I saw. It may be one of the few in the entire NFL. And it was
one
a
in New Orleans.
Yeah, but Derek Carr. We'll get to Spencer Rattler. I was very impressed. Maybe Spencer Rattler makes a push next year. But Aidan O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, they are very different quarterbacks. Obviously, with AOC, you get some size, a little more strength in the throws there. Maybe you could run an efficient offense if he really gets the Luke Getsy offense playbook down. He gets the playmakers involved. But with Gardner Minshew, you get a little more backyard style, a little more extending plays, get away from the pocket. He doesn't have the arm strength, but he does know how to sling it downfield. We've seen him enough already in his career. The Eagles, Jaguars, and the Colts last year. But, I'll just say this for one excuse for AOC and Minshew. And from that day that we went to, AOC was pretty bad. Let's just keep it real. And Minshew was, he was okay, average. He was getting it done, which maybe if you're just average, you're getting it done, and you get to utilize Devontae Adams, Brock Bowers, Amir White, Colton Miller as your left tackle. Maybe that's good enough with a top 10 defense. Maybe it's just good enough is okay. But you can't be turning the ball over, and Aidan O'Connell was turning the ball over. But in his defense, it was only red zone drills for the first week, so I'm excited to see Tuesday what they do. Maybe, hopefully, full length, 2-minute drill, whatever, because when you get maybe more of the full field, you get into rhythm. But that's making an excuse, but I got to at least say that for context. Also, it's still very early. I'm not a person who overreacts for training camp practices, but also I do know that AOC and Gardner Minshew are not the best options to have a quarterback, so I can give some a little overreaction here. But again, the Raiders need to rely on defense. They need to rely on skilled players. We don't know about Luke Getsy. That's a big question mark. We don't know about Antonio Pierce as a coach in a full year. Was everything we saw kind of just, off of like, hey, in new environment, spur of the moment, off of energy? We'll see what happens for a full season. I got to catch up with Tom Telesco, who, is very excited about Brock Bowers because they needed to get a quarterback and he didn't want to reach for a quarterback. So that tells me, hey, he really likes Bowers there. So they do have a good roster, but it's going to be a lot of work to have a good quarterback there in Las Vegas. But, hey, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything that you just said. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, they were getting in, and again, no pads, but they were getting back there.
Hey, Jack Jones was really impressive, by the way, to see him up close and personal. You see the interception against Patrick Mahomes, but to see him on the practice field, he brings the juice.
Yeah, no, he really does. Christian, I know there's no pads on, but they were still making it. I kind of thought that Max Crosby was toying around a little bit with that offense, but again, they don't have Colton Miller. They don't have. They didn't have Colton Miller that day. They didn't have the kid from Oregon, Jackson Powers. Yeah. Jackson Powers something, Johnson, whatever. They didn't have him. So there's some pieces missing. But I'm interested, and I'm not going to be able to be at Raiders tomorrow. But Gilbert, I'm sure you'll give us the full breakdown. When I see you at Rams, you'll give me the full
pads
breakdown,
come out Tuesday for the Raiders.
They do. But I already have Joe Morley texting me, asking me, "Hey, is this true? What's going on out there?" And I'm like, "Well, those guys are." I feel bad for Raider fans right now because they're not able to be out there, obviously, and they can't see what's going on. But it has been a bit of a struggle. But Jim Harbaugh did say today, in the first few days, you really don't want your offense beating the crap out of your defense. So maybe there is hope, Raider fans. So just hang in there because obviously they haven't gotten the pads on, and then Tuesday should be a little bit more indicative of what it's going to look like. But Max Crosby is ridiculous. So that guy is is pretty damn good, to say the least. But